we're finally ready to install our PCCM Plus. We're down to the wiring, everything, the actual connections of the wiring. Everything else is already in. Let's just do a quick recap. The microphone is in the original microphone location there, but I used the one that came in the kit, and there's a video on how to do that separately. Up inside here, you can see right above that center air outlet is the GPS. Okay, it's kind of right up there. It's difficult to see. There you go. Okay, and then that means it's mounted right about there. Okay, underneath the dash, there's no metal above that, so it's a great spot for it. Nothing to interfere with it metallic wise. Okay, so let's start on the left side of the radio, looking at it from the back. This connector right here is your antenna connector. Here's the adapter cable that comes with the kit. Here's your original antenna connector that goes over to the amplifier. So you plug this piece into this piece, and then you take that connector, goes right there. Next one over is the blue one. The blue is GPS right there. So this is our GPS input. Simple, plugs in right there. You know where I just showed you the GPS is. The brown below here goes to the breakout box that I mounted down here in the footwell on the side. Breakout box takes two connectors, this brown one and this white one. And the brown connector goes here. It's difficult to push in, so it's just a hard push to get it in there. The white one goes in this bay right here. Okay. The lower left-hand side, this 4-pin takes this 4-pin right here, and this 4-pin is the mic input that came with the kit. So I don't know what the factory one looks like. It's probably similar, which would be nice if that was straight plug and play. So we've covered all those. This right here comes straight up. This cable does come with the PCCM Plus kit. I believe this is digital FM connector or something. Anyways, plugged it in. It's right there. That's pretty simple. I used a piece of 2-part tape. This bracket is the halo bracket, or radio shops kind of call it the halo bracket. It's part of the brackets that come with the kit, the install kit. I didn't make it sit up against anything. I left it a little bit of clearance, so it's sitting on 2-piece tape, and if it vibrates around, it's not going to be touching any screws or anything like that. This first bay right here would be the black connector, this connector right here, which is factory. It's basically the power wires and everything for the radio. That's simple. Plug it in, you're good to go. I think this is the original navigation. I'm not 100% positive, but I didn't use it. In this bay here, this is very similar to the factory. These three are similar to the factory Becker connectors. Usually this is a 3-piece connector, yellow, green, and blue. So we're only using the yellow in this car. That is this connector right here. And it kind of mounts in there sideways. The locking tab is going to go to the top corner. That's it, other than the ground wire. And for this one, I used this bolt, this screw right here for the ground. I cut the end off the original terminal, which was a push-on, and I used this. So it gives the radio a nice ground, which you're going to need anyway. And supposedly it keeps the anti-theft system from freaking out. All right, guys, I don't know if you can see back here, but this is the back of the radio and how it's all wired in. Tight fit back there. As you can see, there's not a lot of spare room. So I put it in like that, and then I put in the cup holder last, because then I have a little bit of room to actually get my hands in. I'll show you what I mean by that right now. Now we're taking and sliding the cup holder into its mount, and then we're going to bring the radio up into the cup holder, right? Get these grooves right here lined up with those, and then it's going to snap on those tabs on both sides right there. The reason I do that is there's no room to get your hands down the side here, as you can see, to try to hook up the radio and to see if you even have the connectors in all the way set properly. So there's really no room left or right side to try to sneak in there at all. You can see up there also, there's that terminal I was talking about for the ground that I changed to a terminal end instead of the push-on type. That's about it. The only other thing, when you first turn it on and boot it up, it's booting up. Okay, well this one worked first time right away. Sometimes they don't. If they don't, you need to go to your main menu. You go to settings. You scroll to volume. Oh, sorry, hold on. Let's do that again. We go to settings. We scroll to volume. We hold volume down. So it takes about 10 seconds. Sometimes longer than 10. There we go. Now you'll notice right here, this car is set on can switch amp. If it's set to can switch, let me turn this down. If it's set to can switch can and you have no radio, you will need to switch that to amp. Once you switch it to amp, you turn the car off. I'm going to use the back button here because we don't need to do that in this car because it's already working. Okay. You turn the car off, and that would reset it. Then you need to go and either disconnect the battery of the car, or you begin the reset process of the radio. So you're either going to go to the battery of the car in the front and disconnect the cable, or you're going to go to the black connector in the back and disconnect it from the back of the radio. That'll set that setting and you should be good to go.